You, Secretary General, and colleagues, members of the National Executive Committee, I wish to make this very brief. First, let me say something not related to this ceremony, to thank you for supporting the arrangements that led to my successful wedding ceremony in the church and also the reception. I want to thank in particular the DP family led by our chairman, Mayor Geoffrey Tim, and our host here, Tony Kitara, for supporting the whole process. You truly made me very proud last night. And in our own way, we will keep on showing that, we are not thinking small of anything. We are thinking big, and we will keep on surprising people. And people will eventually cool down and just leave us alone. They'll find their level. Second is to thank the Secretary General and the NEC members, together with the accountant, for standing in the gap for me. I have been very busy as a government minister, but I want to promise, based on what I said in Mbale, that I'm going to make more time for the party so that we continue to grow. I want to thank our members of parliament, particularly those who have remained faithful. Now, we are actually very firmly in charge of the party. And some of the people who you see on TV claiming that they are also registering people. Now, I'm not a priest. I can baptize you. And if you believe you are baptized, yeah, that's okay. But the truth is you are not baptized. Because you must be baptized by somebody who is ordained. So now, if you are not the Secretary General of the party, how will you convene even a delegates conference? Because everybody who is coming to the delegates conference must be invited by the Secretary General. But being in a party is a choice. Those who feel like they don't feel a sense of belonging to the party, they are welcome to find where they are comfortable. I will continue leading the battle in the party to resist those who are declaring wars that they cannot fight. DP is a party for the whole of Uganda. It is not for one region. The leadership of DP largely support our direction. Change in Uganda is not going to come through the ballot box alone. It's going to be negotiated. So we must position ourselves to be where we can negotiate. That is how change is going to come in Uganda. But those who simply want positions, MP, councillor, they will never change Uganda. I have never been a person who was dying for position. The position of Minister of Justice was kept vacant for 1 year. I was still negotiating with President Museveni. So you could say I missed the salary for 1 year. How many people can miss a minister's salary for 1 year? Some people, if they are simply called and told, you can see how people have been fighting for assistant RDC. To be an assistant to an RDC. Now, somebody is appointed a minister and he says, yeah, I will not accept until we agree on the following. So, like I tell my people here, I may be the only matchstick that you have in the box. So if you are going to strike it, don't go where there are strong winds. You find a safe place and then you strike that match, because it is only one. If you strike it carelessly, you will not eat, because you will not be able to make a fire. Sometimes you have something until you lose it. But look at potentials of people. Now, to you, the local leaders, we will support you. When our current Secretary General suddenly assumed the office of Secretary General, many people didn't believe in him. But I believed in him because for 4 months I traveled all over Uganda with him. I have photos of myself eating, I don't know whether lunch and supper, at 3 a.m. in a Jumani. So the leadership of this party is not for everybody. It is for those who are willing to go that extra mile. It's not just for dramatists and comedians. And also, you can't sit in your house and declare that you are the leader of the party, because the party has a constitution. We have been taken to court, we have won. So we want to assure you that democratic processes will continue in the party, and this is one of them. I thank my chairman for today putting me on the register. And the message I want to leave is that don't confuse supporters with members. You know, sometimes I go to the mosque, but I'm not a Muslim. Now, going to the mosque does not make me Muslim. So there are those who wear green. They are really supporters of the party, but they are not members. It's like being a shareholder of a bank. Now, we bank with Centenary Bank, but the bank belongs to the shareholders. When they are deciding where to open a branch, they are not going to ask your opinion. But in DP, people think that the moment you're a supporter, now some of you support Arsenal, Man U, and so on. When Man U is appointing a coach, are you invited to make the decision? So I think let's really get serious about who are the people who are entitled to make decisions. The decisions of the party are made by its organs, not you sitting at a Marwa joint and then deciding, or going on internet. We have got the management committee, which is a small group. We have got the National Executive Committee, National Council, which is sitting next month, then the Delegates Conference. This time, I believe the Delegates Conference may go to the West. That's where we shall assemble. Now, how will the delegates be chosen? First of all, delegates represent the members. So the members must know that these are the people we are sending. There will be 2 delegates from every constituency. A gentleman and a lady. You know, we changed the composition of the delegates conference. So, for Bachelor, there will be a lady and a gentleman. And then for Badegelayibi, a lady and a gentleman. And then there will also be, for Gulu City, we shall have the chairperson, the leader of the Women's League, and the leader of UYD. So that means this entire city will have 3 plus 4, a total of 7. And they must be solid people who will go to the delegates conference knowing what they are going to do. So it is going to be a very high quality delegates conference. So the quorum for delegates conference, as you know, is it 1/3? So if you want to calculate roughly the delegates, start with how many constituencies do we have? 350. So multiply that by 2. That is 700. I don't think there are 350 constituencies. I think okay. 353. So that is the exact number. Multiply that by 2. That is 700 plus 6. 706. Add that to the districts. How many districts do we have?
6. Plus now 4. So 150.
So now multiply that by 3. So that is 450 plus 705. So you are now holding, you're going to about 1,000. Then add the members of the National Council. That is NEC plus parliamentary group, and plus chairpersons. Code of conduct for members of the party. In DP, you can be a member of NEC, you don't attend a NEC meeting for years, and you still continue wasting people's time that you're a member of NEC. Even Parliament, if you don't attend for a certain number, they tell you that, please, why don't you focus your energy on something else? So this is the beginning of a return to basics of what the party is. We hope we are now going to know how many members of DP are there. Now, a member means you are in the register. So if you are, and we have to be very strict. And we should send radio announcement that registration is going on. And know that you may end up without a party. And you can even go and win and become an MP, but you'll not have the privilege of calling yourself a DP member. You'll be like a car with no number plate. You can still go and arrive where you want to arrive, but people don't trust cars without number plate. Can you enter a bus without a number plate? What if you die in it? You say, which bus? In whose name was it registered? I urge you to be proud of DP. DP is a highly credible party. That's why nobody is ashamed of belonging to DP. Even those who left, they are still proud of having been members of DP. To the youth, we intend to reintroduce training programs for leadership. We are leading now because we were trained, but we also want to mentor new people. And mentorship is allowing people to realize their full potential. When our mayor here was with us in our early struggles, he was a young man. He was my assistant in my office with no salary. But the young people of today, even to give him a letter that take it to here, I need transport. For us, when we were youth, we would be sent like to Cavalry. They only give you transport to Masaka. You reach Masaka, then you look for a DP who gives you transport probably to Mbarara. Then from Mbarara, we used to sleep at a small house at the gate of Boniface Bianyima on the ground. That's what made us who we are. So, DP is for those who believe in it. And once we sense that you don't appear to believe in the party, you may be there, but you will not be at the core of the party. Don't be misled by what you read in the media. The core of the party is very strong and very, very, very solid. There are many things happening in the country. Everybody wants reconciliation in Uganda, and that is our DP agenda. Everybody wants peaceful change, and that's our DP agenda. Everybody wants constitutional reform. That's our DP agenda. There are those who believe that they can change government without engaging with the current regime. That's okay, and they can try. But to lead Uganda, you need only 50% of the vote plus one vote. So whether you see these people of the NUP, can they gather 50%? They can even get 40%, that's okay. But that will not make you to lead Uganda. So let us understand politics like serious people. And for the time being, the party has those of us who are the National Executive Committee who exercise the powers over the entire country. Some people thought we would not exercise those powers. But in the year 2000, they tested it. You know, Kampala had a very, very powerful team. They were powerful. They were even very corrupt. They would collect a lot of money from people who want to contest. But one day we sat down as the National Executive Committee and we dissolved the Executive Committee of Kampala. So you, the leaders, don't provoke us. We may sit in a National Executive Committee meeting and dissolve your leadership. And there's nothing you can do about it. There was a man called Vincent Mayanja, you remember him. He was even Deputy Secretary General. Some people thought he was untouchable. Then we touched him, and nothing happened. There was someone called Sulaiman Kidandala. Now he is under arrest in South Korea. Now it is the Minister of Justice who will assist him to bring him back to Uganda. So let us not underestimate the constitutional powers of the national organ. We had a chairman of Kampala who very much wanted to continue being the leader of Kampala. But then we declared every division to be a district. And I think at the next level, we may declare every division sometime in the future to be a district also. So now Laro Peche may be a district, Badegela Ibi may be a district, but that's not the case now. That may come in future. But for Kampala, now we have split Kampala into 5 districts. And the man found that he now has no power. He continues calling himself chairman of Kampala, but they tell him that, that chairman of Kampala is no longer there. That Kampala district is dead and buried. It's like continuing to call yourself chairman of a burial committee after the funeral. So whose burial are you now presiding over? We already dissolved the Kampala. It is dead and we buried it. We now have Rubaga district, Kampala Central District, Kawempe District, Nakawa District, Makinde District. He continues calling himself chairman of Kampala. He said that, there are schools which were phased out. Now, if you're a headmaster, but the school doesn't exist, so what sort of headmaster are you? So I just want you to know that for us, we are very confident and we are very sure of the things we are attempting to do. So today, we want to declare formally that the process of registration of members into the party register of members is now officially launched in Gulu. And I have come to lead by example, because I will not qualify unless I'm in the register. I hear Christians always saying, is your name in the book of life? So for DP, this is the book of life. If your name is not in the book of life, it doesn't matter whether your ancestors were all DP, whether you have been DP, make sure you carry out this formality. The formalities are important. It's like marriage. I got married to somebody I've been with. Everybody has been seeing us. But I also had to go and now sign that register in the church. So now the church knows me. So please, you may know DP, but does DP know you? That's what matters. Like everybody may know DP. Say I know the Secretary General. Nobody in DP may know you. I want to thank the leadership of the party for making a small budget to support you. But we shall also chip in at an individual level. The party doesn't have a lot of money, but we know that we can give a token. We urge you to encourage those who want to contest to step forward. We are going to look for money and support serious candidates so that we can increase the number of those who are going to go to Parliament. I thank you again for this ceremony, and I also thank you for working with me into that event. That home there is open to you people, both Gulu District and Gulu City. We hope we will be able to put their tents once in a while, and we hold our meetings there. We can hold very big meetings. It has water, it has electricity, it has all those facilities there. And if you have small tents, you can even go and spend the night there. There's nothing to stop you. the whole of that place is now open. Just like we have been having our home in Peche. And now, our team city is becoming very expensive for us. They now have to sell that land and move and I join simple man in the village. Because now soon they will start telling me this house is not fit for the city. Then there's nothing I can do because I have a small 2-bedroom house. They start saying, it's not fit for the city. And we are the ones who brought those policies. When I was chairman LC5, we decided to knock down some houses. We condemned 105 houses. And one of them was for my brother-in-law, Keloriem. You saw he had to knock it down, building another one. My brother-in-law from Namukwara. So people said, maybe he will spare his Muko. But nothing. He had to knock. One was for the Church of Uganda, St. Luke. We had to condemn it also. So when you make a decision for the broader interest without considering anything. So whether you're a friend of the Secretary General or a friend of the President, if you don't comply, the Secretary General will say, sorry, you missed a step, but you can come back after 5 years because we are now in another cycle. So this cycle will close as we go for nominations. So we are not going to beg people to be DP members. We want those who are proud to be DP members to step forward. That will help. I don't want to keep my bride waiting, so I will sit for 5 minutes and thereafter I hope you will excuse me so that there are no grounds for divorce.